What if the problem was never your money, but the way you feel when you think about money? Because most people don't actually have a spending problem. They have moments. Moments of stress, moments of pressure, moments where doing the right thing feels harder than escaping the feeling. And in those moments, they make decisions they won't even fully understand. Because every time you overspend, every bill you avoid, every year you tell yourself, I'll start investing later, that's not random. That's emotion. Fear telling you to wait. Guilt making you spend to make things right. Shame making you avoid your own numbers. Envy pushing you to live a life that isn't even yours. You're not bad with money. You're fighting an emotional war you were never taught how to win. And in this video, we're going to do something most people never do. We're going to break down the exact emotions controlling your money. So the next time you open your bank app, you don't just see a transaction. You see the emotion behind it. And once you can see it, you can finally change it. Let's start with the one that controls more money decisions than anything else. Fear. Fear wears two masks with money. One screams, hurry, buy it before it's gone. The other whispers, don't do anything, you'll just screw it up. Most people say fear and lack of knowledge are their biggest reasons for not investing. Their money sits in cash, slowly losing value, while inflation quietly eats it. Fear sounds protective, but it secretly locks you into standing still. Then there's the other side of fear, overspending to escape stress. You feel anxious, powerless, behind, so you buy something to feel in control for 10 minutes. That's not bad discipline. That's your nervous system trying to self-medicate. A simple question can break that pattern. Am I buying this thing or buying my way out of a feeling? If it's a feeling, wait 72 hours before you spend. Let the fear wave pass before you move your money. In fact, I've made a full video on the 72-hour rule. Use that as your go-to system when this feeling hits. But fear isn't the only emotion controlling your money. Guilt is right behind it. Guilt says, I did something wrong with money. And when you feel guilty, you don't pause. You overcorrect. You feel guilty about snapping at your kid, so you overcompensate with toys and treats. You feel guilty about not being there for your partner, so you cover the whole dinner, buy the gift, pick up every bill to make it right. Guilt makes you throw money at emotional wounds instead of actually healing them. It doesn't ask what would repair the situation long term. It asks, what can I buy right now so I don't feel like the bad guy? Meanwhile, the debt grows. The investments never start. Guilt tells you you don't deserve to invest until you fix your mistakes. Here's the trap. The more guilty you feel, the more you avoid the numbers, and the more out of control they get. Instead of guilt spending, try guilt repair. Not what can I buy to feel better, but what tiny step repairs this? An extra payment on the card, a no-spend weekend, a 10-minute money talk instead of a surprise gift. Guilt becomes useful when it leads to repair, not more damage. And if guilt stays long enough, it stops being about your actions and starts becoming your identity. That's shame. If guilt says, I did something wrong, shame says, I am what's wrong. And that one sentence can quietly destroy your financial life. When you feel deep shame about money, you don't just feel bad about a decision. You decide you are bad with money. And once you believe that, you stop showing up for your own financial life. You ignore bank emails. You avoid opening statements. You delay crucial decisions because you can't stand to see proof that you're the kind of person who screws this up. That creates a brutal spiral. Money problems, shame, avoidance, worse money problems. Shame tricks you into believing that avoiding the problem protects you from humiliation. In reality, it quietly compounds the damage. There's an important difference. Guilt says, I did something dumb with money. Shame says, I am dumb with money. Breaking a shame spiral doesn't start with a spreadsheet. It starts with one act of courage. Opening one bill, checking one balance, setting up one tiny automatic payment. Each small action is a vote against the story that you're hopeless. It also helps to attack the story directly. Remind yourself, I've solved hard problems before. My past mistakes don't decide my future. You are not your balance. You are not your debt. Shame is loud, but it doesn't have to be in charge.
If you want your money to finally start working for you, subscribe and let's build this together.
And when shame makes you feel behind, envy shows you everyone who seems ahead. Envy is the quiet engine behind lifestyle creep. Social media makes this 10 times worse. You scroll and see people your age on luxury trips, in dream homes, wearing brands you can't afford. You don't see their debt, their parental help, their panic at the end of the month. You're comparing your full reality to someone else's highlight reel. Envy doesn't just make you feel bad. It changes how you spend. It pushes you to upgrade your phone, your car, your vacations, not because you actually needed them, but because you felt left behind. Every raise, bonus, or freelance check disappears into matching someone else's lifestyle instead of buying back your own freedom. Here's a better question when envy hits. Do I actually want what they bought, or do I want the freedom I think they have? You can copy the feeling without copying the price tag. A smaller trip, a cheaper version, a simple treat, and then redirect the difference into savings or investing. Match their joy, not their purchases.
Now, these emotions don't just mess with your accounts, they mess with your relationships. Fear makes one partner hoard cash in a savings account, terrified of losing $1, while the other partner feels like their life plans are on pause. Guilt makes you spend to make up for emotional distance, when what your partner really wants is honesty and consistency, not another gift. Shame makes you hide credit cards, avoid conversations, and say, "I'll handle it," when you're secretly drowning. Envy makes you push for upgrades, the nicer apartment, the car, the dinners, that your relationship can't actually afford, just so you don't feel less than your friends. The pattern starts to shift when you can say the emotion out loud instead of acting it out with money. I'm scared of losing this. That's why I keep everything in cash. I feel guilty, and I'm trying to fix it by spending. I'm ashamed of what I did with money, and I'm afraid you'll see me differently. Honest sentences like these can save years of silent resentment and quiet financial damage.
Fear, guilt, shame, envy. These emotions aren't proof that you're bad with money. They're proof that you're human. But if you don't name them, they will quietly run your entire financial life on autopilot. Your spending, your investing, your relationships, your future. You don't fix this overnight. You fix it one decision at a time. One purchase you delay, one bill you finally open, one honest conversation you choose to have, one small investment you make, even though your hands are shaking. You're not behind because you're lazy or broken. You're behind because nobody taught you how to hear your emotions without obeying them. If this hits you, don't just move on. Pause. Ask yourself, which emotion has been driving my money lately? Fear, guilt, shame, or envy? Name it. And from today, start writing a different script.
If you found this helpful, consider subscribing for more videos like this. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you in the next one.